Hey, and welcome to another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun. My name is Mr. 2020, and today we are going to do a little walk in the garden. We're going to explore formless and faceless and conditioned and unconditioned awareness. So, first we want to share this to a group. Alright, that's good. Boom. And get that around. Alright, now this is the garden. So, there's Brucey Boy. I want you to see, Joe Weldon, how things have transformed since you have been here. So we've got the front door right there. You may remember there was a massive tree here. Now there's a little tree and a little dog. That area is currently under construction. We ate over there. There used to be a big tree there, but it's no longer. So let's just take a little walk in the garden. We're going to talk about conditioned versus unconditioned awareness, formless and faceless. Colby, welcome to the show. There's that dog. You can watch Bruce surrender to a desire. Where's the ball? Where is it? No, that's not a ball. That's a bug. What? You're going to get the bugs. See, he's surrendering to another desire now. All right. Meanwhile, I'll just show you a little more of the garden. So here's the deal, guys. What you are is formless and faceless. Your awareness of being is God. Where's the ball? Is that my ball? Is it? Is it? Is that my ball? Is that my ball? Is it? Oh, dear God. That's right. So, look at that. That's all new since you've been here, Mr. Weldon. Those are the steps under work right now. So what you are is the silence that hears the sound of my voice. What you are is the stillness that notices all apparent motion. All of that is actually inside of you. Look at that. Victoria grew that from seed. Now, what's the difference between, see, that whole mustard seed lesson I just love, because it's not about the size of the seed, the size of your faith. It's the absoluteness of it. Liam, welcome to the show. Because that sunflower seed knew one thing, and that's called sunflower. Meanwhile, way back here is that little dog. All right. So let's keep going. There's Bruce. Hey, Bruce, where's that ball? Where is it? You can watch him surrender to a desire, to the point where it moves him. This is important because you are formless, you are faceless. When you surrender, Neville Goddard says the moment a desire comes upon you, that's when you surrender to it. So, let's look back. This is the mud brick mansion. When we moved here, it did not have the veranda, and it had a shit roof on it. We've done a ton of restoration, which is just really, really cool. Some of you guys that have our postcards notice that it's a different color now as well. But that was once imagined, and then we surrendered to it. Like, look at him. He keeps surrendering to his ball. It's been a while, Joe. How many? 5 years now? Something like that? Making up a number? So, let's move toward the back here a little bit. This is the cottage. Way back in the beginning, there were two hippies, a guy and a girl. And they surrendered to something, right? Now, this is what's really, really cool. We'll get there. Meanwhile, let's talk about the streetcar method just for a second, Sizzle. Right, because all these heavy rocks here, these all weigh a lot of weight. Like, they are actually quite heavy. This is Pentridge Prison. Ain't it funny that I worked in a prison and I moved to a penal colony, and Victoria buys Pentridge Prison to turn it into a garden. Right? Meanwhile. So, there was a lady, there was a man, they were hippies. And these two hippies decided to squat on public land. And these two hippies that squatted on public land, well, we call this place Heartwood. I don't know if you can see the sign all that well. So these two hippies, they squatted on public land, which is all you can see here. We control about half an acre or so. But they decided to squat on public land, and they built a little cottage right there out of mud. One room, fireplace. Then they expanded it to a second room, right? And they stayed in this little place right here. They made it out of mud. They literally made it out of the hillside right there. And they stayed here for something like 7 or 10 years and got rights They petitioned the government for the right to the whole valley, essentially. So they got our plot, the plot next door, the plot across the stream, essentially about $4 million in property. How cool is that? Meanwhile, what you are is formless, what you are is faceless, what you are is this unconditioned awareness that hears the sound of my voice. If you surrender to a desire or an insight, that's conditioned, that's awareness conditioning itself. That right there, look at that. That used to be that, became that. Because Victoria's unconditioned awareness, right, just aware that there's wood, it surrendered to the possibility of something. Look at that. Where's that dog? Where's that ball? Where is it? Meanwhile, I'm going to be sending out a Substack in the next couple of days, probably. There's the shower. There's my little outdoor shower. It's just awesome. Doobie-doobie-doo. My neighbors get to hear me singing every day. What's that? Oh my God, you found Big Ball. Did you? Is that Big Ball? You notice when he surrenders to a desire, it moves him. He speeds up naturally. Look at that. That dog conditioning is surrendering to a desire. Meanwhile, conditioned versus unconditioned awareness, the formless, faceless that you are, is sort of like a garden bed. Now, we could imagine this just simply being a garden bed, and it used to be just a garden bed. But now it's a tomato factory, a pickle factory. What do we call these? Aubergines. Who knows what do you Americans call aubergines? Eggplants. Yeah. We also got things like basil in here. All that good shit. Look at that. Super yum. Lisa and LaRock, welcome to the show. Brucey, what are you doing? Did you surrender to a desire? Did you? Did you surrender to a desire, bud? See, unconditioned awareness is just dog. Conditioned awareness, oh my God, there's a desire. And he surrenders to it. He goes from pretty much formless and faceless, just dog, to that. That was like $40. Unbelievable. It's like $7 million worth of fun though, Dad. Meanwhile, let's talk about seeds. So you see this here tree? That's called a catalpa tree. Thai basil. Some of that is Thai basil, Sizzle. I think that one right there may or may not be. I forget which is which. So, that's a catalpa tree. Andrew Priestley, welcome to the show. So as we walk you through the garden here, having a very special time. Doobie-doobie-doo, bop-bop-bop-bop. Round the corner. I'm going to show you two more catalpa trees because, again, this whole thing of formless and faceless, unconditioned surrendering to conditioned awareness. Unconditioned is life. Conditioned is seed. Now, you see this catalpa and that catalpa? Victoria grew those from seed from that one we just looked at back there. Look how cool that is. Hoo-ha. Look at that. There's the outside of our lovely home. Beautiful. We had the second most famous mud bricky guy in Australia here twice. Redoing the house first and redoing the cottage back there second. Meanwhile, that's right. He's imagining something about that ball, Joe. So this is the pathway under construction currently. How cool is that? Meanwhile, this is where we sit for a spell. Every evening. You can imagine up the conversations here. This is just lovely, lovely furniture. I will show you this as well. So the silence that you are, the stillness that you are, the silence hears the sound of my voice. And as soon as you start hearing it, you will start to surrender to something. And then the awareness becomes conditioned. Look at that. Unconditioned awareness, we could just call that wood. Conditioned awareness, we could call that furniture. Look at that. That is just beautiful. All right. So, let me flip this around. Hope you enjoyed the show. My name is Mr. 2020, and Your name is whatever it is. If you got gold today, visit us at freedevil.com. Peek around. Lots of good shit there. Stuff worth looking at way more than once. If you want to dive deeper, we've got manifestingmasterycourse.com. A lot of fun. Game changer. Coral, welcome to the show. Hope we nudge your question for you. Go. Hey, nice to see you too. And for you guys that get the Substack emails, I'll probably get something up there in the next day or two. I had some ideas today, but got sidetracked on some tech shit. So, have a lovely day, gang. And how the fuck do I turn this off? I'm using the iPhone. See ya.